I find social media to be a soul-sucking void of meaningless affirmation.
So, earlier this summer, I watched the Wednesday show, and I liked it, and I thought that it was pretty good, I guess. It was entertaining. I mean, I'm 47 years old, and if young people today actually talk like that, oh, TikTok, oh, I follow him on Twitter, oh, I follow her on Pinterest or whatever. If anybody actually talks like that, I really feel sorry for, those who are sane, because that would be really annoying. I have no idea what young people in America sound like at all. But other than that, though, I thought that the movie was pretty interesting. Not the movie, the mini-series, I guess I should say. I've always enjoyed Addams Family stuff. So, the woke nonsense was at a, minimal, I suppose. Although, the one boy with his two moms, whatever. I guess they have to shoehorn that kind of stuff in. And, although the kid did have, severe social anxiety and all that kind of stuff, so at least it was kind of accurate that way. But I felt like, oh, I get to sound like a normie. I get to actually talk about a TV show that I watched, right? Because all these other people, my sister included, my sister kind of talks like that. Oh, we're watching this show on Netflix, or we're watching this other show on HBO, and I'm like, I watched congressional hearings on, Dr. Fauci type stuff. People holding him to the fire, I guess. But that's just me. I'm just weird. But then I saw that show, and I was actually able to sound like a normal person, right? It's kind of like that mentally deranged nincompoop that Bud Light decided to form a partnership with, and then they left him standing, and I thought that was kind of funny. But the guy is like, oh yeah, go team, whatever team that you like, yeah, that's what I like too. And I'm like, that sounds like me trying to sound like a normal person. I can't even pretend that you actually give a crap about sports, right? But if a beer company was to use me to promote their crap and talk like that, then I would imagine that would piss off lots of people, especially people who actually like sports. That's just stupid. Very stupid. So, anyhow, I watched that Wednesday show, I think in June or so. I did see one movie this summer. We went to the movie theater just last night. We went to go see The Meg 2. My daughter wanted to see that movie. So, we went to the movie theater. We went and saw The Meg 2. And, because we had seen the first one in the theater, and we recently rewatched the first one. And, I was happy that cute girl, she's half Chinese, half Caucasian, she was in that movie. She's older now, and she's like 14. I looked up the actress's name on IMDb, and she's only a few weeks older than my daughter, so that's just cool. I mean, a half Asian girl to, kind of shine a light to my daughter, because, and especially in this smaller city that we live in, she's the only such girl that she knows of. I mean, there's half Filipino. There's a half Filipino girl in her class that those kids don't really stand out, right? So they're not as noticeable as the kids who are half Caucasian or whatever. But it was a cute movie. Cute. I mean, it's cute because they had the cute girl in it, but there's like the whole father-daughter dynamic, and I guess they couldn't get the actress to reprise her role as the mother, so they had her die before, you know, they just showed her face and said that she had died or whatever. Anyhow, yeah, the stupid part about that movie, though, was, gosh, okay, in the beginning of the movie, and you see this, if you watch the trailer, it's not like a spoiler or anything, but there's like these proto alligator-type dinosaur lizard things that you see on the beach in the beginning of the movie, and then they end up, those same dinosaur lizard dog things or whatever, apparently they live at the bottom of the ocean as well, and they don't have gills or so. I didn't see any. And they go up to the surface at the end of the movie, and I'm like, and you know, they're running around on land or whatever. It's like, I kind of just don't think that's possible, but I thought that was really stupid. Other than that, I enjoyed it. Oh, I should say that one of the positive things about the Meg 2 is that because the movie was basically made for the Chinese market as well as you know, international, but really focuses on Chinese because, you know, the stars of the movie are Chinese and they speak Chinese through a lot of the movie, is that there's no like it's not preachy. It's just a movie. And, you know, it has some dumb parts to it, but it's still enjoyable to watch. And it's not preachy. Because even though China is a communist country, Chinese people really do not like the Western liberal stuff. You know, as someone wise once said, everything woke turns to shit. I think that was Benjamin Franklin. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, that's the one thing I appreciated about the movie, is that there was no preachy stuff. There wasn't like, you know, like overt feminism or rainbow crap or anything like that in the movie at all. It's just, you go sit down, watch the movie, and it's just, you know, it's not preachy at all. So I really appreciated that about that movie. Definitely do not want to go see the Indiana Jones movie. See, watching my childhood hero as an elderly man getting bossed around by his time-traveling niece or whatever. Not interested in seeing that whatsoever, right? Especially with Kathleen Kennedy and her obnoxious characters that she has to shoehorn into these movies. They're like, oh, I'm an empowered woman. I can do anything a man can do. Could you open this bottle for me, please? Thanks. Where was I? Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm such a powerful woman. It's like, shut up with that. You get out of here with that crap. You know, like, I got a poster of Ripley from Aliens, right? You don't have to, you know, you can establish a strong female character, but without having to, you know, hit people over the head with it. It's just, stupid. Where's my drink? Here we go. It's just water today. I'm being boring now. So yeah, definitely don't want to see the Indiana Jones movie. I really want to see Sound of Freedom. Good luck seeing that in Japan. I don't know if it's going to get an international release or not, but I really do want to see that movie, especially knowing that it will piss people off. You know, the establishment media trying to tell everybody that, oh, it's a fabrication, or you shouldn't watch it, or whatever. It's like, yeah, right. I do whatever the TV says, right? Golly. So yeah, we had summer vacation. Boy, I wish I could have spent my summer vacation on the beach in Delaware.
Or imagine being able to be magically whisked away to Delaware. Hi, I'm in Delaware.
Yeah, right. Not. Yeah, so, so during the Obon week, that's like always the middle of August. My wife had to work, so the week before that, we went to go stay at the in-laws' place. And so I've mentioned this before. I have like a little work hobby area at the in-laws' place. So after the grandparents passed away, we have our own room at that house now. And so I've got like this little hobby desk, just like a table, like a floor table, set up with some hobby supplies and such. I have my own TV, and I can hook up game consoles. I have a region-free DVD player in that room as well. So I took a video of my little setup there, so you could see what it's like when I'm on vacation. We were there from like Thursday afternoon until Sunday afternoon, and we didn't go anywhere. We just took it easy, and the only excitement I had is I went to the book off, and but yeah, that's all. I looked at their model kits there. They didn't really have anything interesting there. Nothing that really stood out in my mind. But anyhow, let me show you my setup there. So I'm going to show it to you right now. Okay, we're on vacation at the in-laws' place, and just going to show you this because this is our room that we stay in here. We have this little extra room. It's like an add-on room. This used to be the grandparents' place, the grandparents' house, or grandparents' room. Anyhow, so this is the little table I've got set up. This is where I do modeling and stuff here. So this is a little floor chair I have, and that's my work apron, right? My modeling apron. So I got this neat little desk here. I got this very large cutting mat, right? So my mother-in-law doesn't use this anymore. So yeah, we have our own TV in here. I have my, this is my Raspberry Pi hooked up to this currently, so that's the Raspbian OS is what you see there. I've got my Mega Drive Mini and my PlayStation Mini. Both of them are hacked to accommodate extra games. So yeah, let me show you what I've got here. So this is a neat little, just a table that I requisitioned for myself. And so I've got a little model here. I'm going to work on this today. This is a retro vending machine model by Hasegawa. For the Raspberry Pi, I have the wireless Logitech mouse and keyboard, and there's a little not iOmega, Buffalo little camera. Unfortunately, Skype doesn't run on Raspberry Pis. I don't know why it can't, but that's kind of dumb. Oh yeah, behind the TV, that's my Legend of Galactic Heroes poster. It used to be up on the wall, but fell off. The little hook broke off. So, yeah, this is where I do modeling here. This is a little chessboard. I play chess with my daughter sometimes on vacation here. So this is a neat little thing I got from Steve at SMKR. And this little neat little holder here. So I've got panel line accent color. I have my Tamiya regular cement, and I've got the extra thin cement quick setting. I have these Tamiya paint brushes here, and they come in different sizes. I believe I just got like a set that came with these four all together. I can't really quite remember. And I got these stir sticks here as well. And just a little plate here for decals or whatever, you know, fill up with water. Same thing for this. Here we have Mr. Base White 1000. I use that for priming stuff, as you know, surfacing and whatever. I have enamel paint thinner, lacquer thinner, and acrylic thinner. Just some toothpicks here. This is the Mr. Nekonote station. This is for putting parts on after I've painted them or whatever. And that's what these are for. Right, they stick into here. So in this little drawer here, let me show you what I got. I've got these, who makes this? It's not Tamiya. It's just, I don't know, it's just some tweezers I got. These are my nippers I got. This is from a Taiwanese company. When I worked at Aoshima, this was given to us as like a free sample. They were looking to sell their nippers in Japan under the Aoshima label, I guess, but they that didn't really work out. Got some pipettes here. I got plenty of these. Got my box cutter. This is the hobby knife blades, replacement blades. I got this at Kind's home, right? Here are my Tamiya decal tweezers. Got some Tamiya cotton swabs. I have a couple of these, different size of masking tape. I got the thinner Tamiya masking tape as well. This is, oh my gosh, I have to clean this up. Oh, sick. Sick. This is epoxy glue, and apparently it leaked out. That's gross. I haven't looked at this in like over 3 years. I'm gonna have to do something about that. This is my Tamiya file set, and I'm not happy about that getting all junked up. That's pretty gross. Okay. Got some more of these swabs, different size though. Got some sanding sticks. I have a whole bunch of sandpaper in different grits. Here's another. This is just a cheap nipper. Kind of sucks actually. I just got this at the hardware store. It's kind of not really good for modeling, but it's just for big pieces, I guess. And that's it. Just here's another one of these things. I have this ruler here that apparently got glued to the drawer. I'm gonna have to work on popping that out. And just an extra toothbrush for scrubbing crap. So that's my modeling setup here at the in-laws place while I'm on vacation. So I used to take my modeling supplies with me to the in-laws place when I'd work on models, but sometimes I'd forget something. So I ended up just slowly building up some modeling supplies at the house here. Oh yeah, the last thing I can show you is this neat little lamp here, this fluorescent lamp. It's a little touch sensitive button here, and for some extra lighting. So yeah, there you go. Well, it's been several months since I've done one of these update videos. Frankly, I just have not been in the mood to do it. I just, I don't know, I mean, I have to be in the mood for doing this, and even though I am in the mood, I feel kind of self-conscious, and like I'm always like scratching my nose and such. It's just kind of just a nervous habit, I guess. So, yeah, I just, wow. So, if you've been following these update videos, I've just been doing a lot of self-analysis and a lot of retrospective reflection. And it all started like in November, and I had just been re-examining my life, you know, where I have been, where I am going, the people I have known, etc. And I spent a bit of effort to reach out to people who I haven't talked to in quite a long time. And for the most part, it's been pretty nice. People have been really happy to hear from me, which is nice. And some people have not responded, but, you know, that's where grace comes in, you know? Don't let it get to you, I guess. But for the most part, people have been pretty receptive. So the last person I contacted was that girl from Taiwan I had met when I was in college. And actually I met her when I visited Tokyo with the intention to propose to my girlfriend. And even though it all worked out at the end, I wasn't sure if the proposal was going to work out well or not, so I didn't tell this girl that I was visiting Japan to propose to my girlfriend. And yeah, I kept that a secret at first. But anyhow, I reached out to her, and she was happy to hear from me. So that was nice. So for the most part, yeah, it's been pretty good. I've talked to people I haven't talked to in over 20 years. And, well, like the first one I tried reaching out to, she didn't ever contact me, but she put me in contact with her dad. And you know, my daughter has a pen pal now, so that's nice. Reached out to the guy who actually had dated that girl, and he's got stomach cancer now, and that's not good. Actually, I found out that his wife is like an accomplished author. She's got her own like a page on Amazon, and she sells her books there, young adult fantasy type stuff. I barely remember her. I don't even remember even talking to her. I think I might remember her face, but I looked her up on Amazon and like, yeah, there she is. Wild. One guy I talked with, he divorced his wife. It's really sad because like when I first met him, he was a few years older than me, and he was already married. And at that time, I was thinking, gosh, you know, I hope I can marry a girl, nice girl, like who he's married to. He told me that they divorced amicably. I'm like, how? Why would you divorce amicably? It's just, what the hell? What the hell? I think he might have a bit of TDS and Trump derangement syndrome, you know, and I think that might be playing into it. Just some of the things that he's mentioned without going into too much detail. Really hope that that was not one of those straws that broke the camel's back with his relationship with his wife, because, you know, frankly, I was kind of envious. I'm like, you know, gosh, I hope I marry a girl as nice as her. But yeah, he divorced, and I was really sad about that. Another guy, he is the one I had, he had taken me to an Ocean Blue concert, and I wrote an essay about that. I worked with him on my first summer job when I was in high school, and his wife dumped him like 15 years ago. That was really sad. And he ended up marrying a woman from the Philippines, and they have a child now, and so he's happy about that. And actually, it kind of reminds me, I watched a recent video I found on YouTube. There's a new concept called passport bros. It's kind of a derogatory term, I guess, for men who are looking for love overseas because they're kind of fed up with American women. I mean, if you have to deal with pronouns, preferred pronouns, and all that crap, you don't want to. If you want just a down-to-earth girl, then I mean, it's not like it's impossible to find in America, but I can understand where they are coming from. The video went into detail about the various derogatory terms, just the way that a lot of these women react to these guys' choices for love interest, and just making these terrible statements about like, oh, these girls are uneducated, they can't speak English, and you just want to marry somebody to boss around and crap. Being married to an Asian woman living in America, the worst the yeah, the worst racism that we encountered was just that of like typical Caucasian feminist women, which isn't that bad really, but they were the ones who would just say and think crap about Japanese women. They have such a low opinion on Asian women in general, and just their whole concept is just really wrong. So yeah, they suck. They really suck. But anyhow, yeah, it was an interesting video, and I guess kind of a bit of it applies to me because, you know, I did marry my pen pal, and I've known, you know, several people who've married in international marriages and such. There's nothing wrong with that, but I guess because it's becoming more popular, there's a bit of backlash to that. It's kind of weird. So anyhow, yeah, I just been doing a lot of reflection and just been writing. And I wrote about my, you know, coming of age as a hopeless nerd, and I'm finally finished because I had been adding to that and adding to that and adding to that. Sometime in June, I finally finished it, and I don't think there's much more I can say that I can add to that. But it was just the more I contemplated and meditated on that period of time in my life, just more and more memories kept coming, and I had more sarcastic things to say about my predicament and such. I wrote about my my college years when I went to university. I know some people have read those essays, and I appreciate the feedback I've gotten on those. Again, that's all on my website, steviefish.net. It's in the Greg's Life section. You can read about that. If you go to the Stuff and Things section, you can see just different updates and posts that I've made. You know, some you might see pictures of my daughter, just different things that we do and such. So yeah, that's all on my website, steviefish.net. You can take a look at that stuff. And for that Stuff and Things, that blog that I have, I've implemented like a thumbs up. You don't have to have an account. You can just, you know, click the thumbs up for content that you like, and yeah, there's no registration required or anything like that. So anyhow, yeah, it's been like a month and a half or so, and I'm back up to speed. I'm feeling like my old self again, doing a lot more hobbies, playing more video games, building. I've been building like crazy, and in fact, let me go ahead and show you the stuff that I've been working on, stuff that's on my mind, stuff that's been stalled, and yeah, let me show you that right now, okay? You should be seeing a final video on this build after all these years. I started this project like 7 years ago. First it was just going to be doing this, and then just went on from there. So yeah, this is 7 years in the making, and I'm finally, guess I'm finished. Now I want to do another coat on the light absorbing black, but yeah, it's working out just fine. So this is it, and it just looks beautiful. This just looks really fantastic. I'm really happy and pleased, and yeah, you're gonna see a video on this really soon, and it's finally done. It's really finally done, I guess. So I mean, there's a few details I wasn't able to do, like the stripes on the cannons for Luke's X-wing. I don't know, I might try that, hand paint it perhaps, I don't know. I kind of forgot about that until after I have assembled it already. But the electronics are so far so good. They continue to work. It's just a real mess of wires on the bottom of this thing. I mean, look at that. It's just messy. Totally messy. I don't know how I should secure that better, but there you go. So yeah, I am really pleased with how this turned out. Alright, so I had gotten out my Macross Valkyrie by Hasegawa, and I was just working on doing the engines here. And then I realized I need to paint the intakes here. I need to paint that white. So I'll probably just work on this tomorrow instead. And anyhow, I was just thinking about how foolish I was for installing the landing gears on here, like the instructions say. I don't know why I was following the instructions so literally like that. Hopefully these things don't break. That was just kind of dumb. The battle pod here. Let me see if this is dry. Yeah, I think it's dry. I had to do this. Now, okay, guys. Follow my stuff on Odysee. Okay, you're not going to see all my content here on YouTube. Unless you're watching this video on Odysee, then that means you're really awesome and cool. But anyhow, I'm not going to upload everything onto YouTube, okay? Odysee is where all of my content goes to, okay? Anyhow, I am finished with this. The pegs for the polycaps, I broke this leg here. That's why I use this brass rod here instead to stick in there, but I need to go over it with some fingernail polish again because it's a little bit too floppy. Anyhow, this is the old Legacy RDE kit. This is done, right? The decals were slightly yellowed, but they're not so bad. They're not so bad, really. I'm just going to try to build this up a little bit more with this fingernail polish. Make this tighter fit if I can. Right? Alright. Okay, I'm going to set this aside. I had done a lot of work on this. So again, you see this video series on Odysee. There was like these protruding things to represent the lenses, but I cut them off, and then I used the Wave H eyes lenses for here, and also on top of the head here, and in the very back. These are all of those lens pieces, and they look really nice that way. The Kotobukiya, I used the thrusters here, and also on the back of the knees here. Instead of just having just empty holes, I wanted to plug them in, and these things fit perfectly. Really happy with how that worked out. Now, going back to the Macross, the Valkyrie here by Hasegawa. Oh, and by the way, I should be getting the 72nd scale, the brand new one version of this from Hasegawa, maybe the first week of September. This is a nice kit. I mean, this is proportioned well, but this is just too big. These things need to be a bit smaller. They're just kind of awkward. I mean, it's a nice kit, I guess, but you know, there's no articulation with the feet to make them go like this, so you can't. I mean, they do bend at the knee here, which is great, right? And they also can move like this, and of course, they move here, and the head swivels. This moves, and then these also move up and down as well. It's just that you can't really have like a real dynamic pose with these, like, the legs splayed out and have it look nice, unfortunately. I drilled out these cannons here because they look more like nipples instead of actual guns. It was kind of weird. What is that? Hair? Get out of here. What's up with that, anyways? Anyhow, I drilled out these little guns here too. Okay, so Hasegawa Valkyrie. These decals just keep getting yellowed, and I paste them in the window and they get yellowed. Do you see how it's yellowed there? It's just really frustrating. Well, I sent away for some replacement decals from Hasegawa, and I love these envelopes that they send them in. See, Hasegawa Corporation, right? Isn't that cool? So yeah, really great. It's got the blue impulse on there. Anyhow, I got these, but there's no... It's got the yellow and red, but it doesn't have like the green or blue. I wanted the green, right? Because I want to do this as kakizaki. I hate it, but I might as well. I mean, maybe I'll just use this for something else. I might use these decals for the Plamax Valkyrie. I'll do an unboxing of that in a bit later on in this video. Well, so they gave me this, which is cool. So here's Kay from Dirty Pear, and I have a pre-order. I'll be getting her along with the battle pod. And yeah, see, like, look here. Like here, this is more properly proportioned. And like this is just, it sticks up too far. It's just kind of weird. And what else? Oh yeah, see it folds out like that. Not much else that's really interesting. These are just mostly repops, I think, down here at the bottom. We got Captain Harlock, blah blah blah. But yeah, they have like an Eggplant Girl T4 trainer. I guess that might be okay, but I'm not gonna buy that. I'm not that interested. But yeah, just these two are coming out, so I like it when they send me these things. Something I've been getting a lot of views on these, actually. It's, I think the first has like over 1,000 views on it. This thing is just collecting dust. One of the wheels broke off. I need to put the wheel back on. Unfortunately, one of the stabilizers broke off here, and I can't find it. I don't know what happened to it. I'm pretty much done with this thing. It's kind of a disappointment, really, because I mean it could have been so much nicer, but I mean it looks like a flanker, but the proportions are not right at all, and it's just kind of blah. I'm really surprised why I get so many views on something like this, but yet I'll like do a labor of love lighting up like my Darius kit, and I don't have even half the views on that one. It's kind of sad. But yeah, that is going on. I have Asuka from Evangelion. I'm going to have a video of that probably on Odysee, not on YouTube. The Falcon's coming along. I was hoping to do another clear coat, but I didn't get around to doing it today. I was getting kind of busy today. I need to do another clear coat, at least on the bottom. I'll feel better about this if I get this done on the bottom. But yeah, decals are down, and I should have a video. I don't know, it might be up before you see this one. I don't know. This is almost not almost done, but it's coming along rather well. This is pretty much almost done. I need to... Oh, look at that. I got some brush strokes. I need to take care of those. Yeah, this Rebel Fleet diorama is looking really, really cool. Lights up fantastically. I'm so happy about that. That is just great. Let me turn off the light here. Look at that. That is so awesome. That is so cool. So, yeah, this is done. I'm really happy about that. And... gonna probably have a video on the F-14 Tomcat up pretty soon as well. So, something else I started doing? Started working on my... Oh shoot. I got everything in the box. I need to take it out of the box here. Sorry, hold on a second. I started working on this. This is an old Takara 35th scale Votoms Marshy dog. Started working on this. I began it back way back when I was still living in Arizona, actually. And like I painted the figure and everything. I just never got around to progressing on this thing, but I want to do this. I want to work on this more. So I had primed it, but I used a Tamiya primer in a rattle can, and I didn't shake it up all the way, and it came out kind of like just blorching and splorching all over the model. So I was busy with paint remover and just cleaning up, making it look nicer. So yeah, that's what this crap is. So I might prime this tomorrow. I don't know. So I am going to get my airbrush out. I have started the Leifang from Dead or Alive. I might put this on YouTube. I don't know. But I printed out decals for her dress, right? Because it looks like she's like going commando here. But there's actually, you're supposed to glue the back of her dress like so. Oops, wrong piece. Right, so once this goes down, then you'll have to putty that in and make it more seamless. Anyhow, I have a decal that's gonna fit like along here. It should look nice, I hope. And yeah, this is that resin figure. It's an original too. It's not an E2046 kit. Let me go ahead and show the unboxing of new kits. So I had one vending machine kit I bought back in May, and I got a few more over the summer, so let me show you that next.
I feel plastic. Hey, hey, hey.
In May, I got this. This is another one of these fantastic vending machines by Hasegawa. This is the retro vending machine ice cream. So now these are patterned after actual retro vending machines. They just change them just slightly to avoid any sort of like litigation or whatever. Right? They can't use the actual brand names, but it's very, very, very close, right? So it says Hase Group, right? Hasegawa. Yeah. But yeah, it says ice cream, Hase Group, right? So yeah, this is an actual vending machine, just slightly changed for copyright reasons, and it actually comes with little ice cream and crap. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. Now, as always, the instructions are on the back. So let's open this up here. So now these come with stickers, but I don't mind stickers on something like this. I think it works just fine. So you got all these different type of ice cream here, and so like these are here. These are like what you're gonna wrap around the little items to make it look like actual ice cream. You're gonna have to poke holes, peel those little holes off there, put this down, and then the little things are gonna stick on top of that. All right, that's what these are here. And here's the buttons. Here are the buttons here. Number 1 through 10. So these are pretty quick builds. I haven't actually built any of these though. And there we go. Just open this up. Come on already. Kind of ripped open the way I didn't want it to rip open, but oh well. Alright, so here are the actual ice cream guys here. This is what you're going to be wrapping around these little things here, I think. And yeah, a little 3D. And you got the, ooh. See, I'm going to have to polish that. It's got some scratches on the plastic there, on the clear parts. Not happy about that. Here are the buttons. That's cool. Yeah, unfortunately that clear plastic got scuffed up a little bit. Oh yeah, I know, this is like a little door here. And the sides. Now here's where those holes are going to go onto, where everything sticks onto the pegs. Well now, isn't that great? So I got this in the month of May. I think this kit was released in April. So I got it. Now there was one of these vending machine kits that I completely missed out on. And I didn't even realize it. It just fell under my radar. And it's weird because I'm always paying attention to the Hasegawa releases because that's my favorite model company. So I missed one of these. And I'll show you that one next. Here, it was this one here, the toasted cheese sandwich here. This was originally released like in September, October or so. I can't remember. Yeah, and it was re-released, which I'm happy about, right? So again, these are all 1/12 scale. And yeah, there's actually one of these toasted cheese sandwich vending machines. I found it, and every time I've been there, it's sold out, or it's out of order or something. It kind of is sad. I don't know why. Now, here is the toasted cheese sandwich. So I will just not even bother painting these, really, because it's all already like plastic. I mean, I might do some minimal painting with like the silver on the buttons or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, there we go. Looks like you can get like they'll put this in the vending machine down here. Looks like it's the wrapped sandwich there. And I'm going to open this one up too, because reasons. Let's look at the clear parts on this one. Alright, this one's good. Yeah, I'll probably like paint like silver around there, I think, maybe. Make it look better, just hand paint that. And just the sides and everything. There's that. Retro vending machine. Oh, this is like where the sandwiches drop into, I guess. Oh. Alright. Well now, so yeah, I got this in June. This was re-released in June. And with this kit, I bought a Macross kit, which is actually not by Hasegawa, made by Macross Valkyrie. I really wanted to get this back in November when it was first released. However, there's a bit of disappointment with this kit, and I'm going to show you why. You know, buyer beware. Now, they had... Okay, this is made by Macross Valkyrie. This is Plamax. Now, they had released a 20th scale Valkyrie, right? They had the Super Valkyrie, Gerwalk even. I didn't know it, but it came with stickers for that big, huge Valkyrie. It's kind of silly, but then again, I mean, something that big, the water slide decals might be pretty cumbersome to put on. I don't know. Well, this kit came out in November, and I bought it finally. And to my dismay, this only comes with stickers. Now, they are re-releasing this that comes with water slide decals, which is nice, okay, but I did not read the fine print. I just assumed it had water slide decals. I bought lots of other Plamax stuff, right, like those 20th scale figures and such, but yeah, I'm not happy about that. So anyhow, you got like the actual canopy part here, which is cool. The canopy frame. And this is the inside of the cockpit here. You got like the seat and everything. I got the display here. So yeah, there is a lot. This seems like really nice. But yeah, unfortunately, stickers. And it's crazy because it is a glue kit. It says right here you have to use your glue, right? And it says 15 and up. So it recommends being 15 years and older, but unfortunately, yeah, it sucks. Now, the detail is really nice. I'd say that the panel lines are nicer looking than the Hasegawa kit, because Hasegawa, they tend to be kind of shallow. But yeah, this is pretty decent. It comes with a fighter pilot, a Valkyrie pilot. That's great. That is super nice. You know, you have to get the weapons set for this 72nd scale Valkyrie from Hasegawa in order to get the pilots. So yeah, I'm stuck with a kit with stickers, and I'm not at all happy about that. Really not at all happy about that. I'll show you the stickers here. Oh yeah, this is the clear parts here, so they fit right on top of the canopy frame. I could possibly scan this. Possibly. I don't know. So some of this I don't really care about, but some of this other stuff though, maybe I do want. You know, you got these warning signs and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not at all happy about this being made with sticker only. So they are re-releasing this with stickers, so that is nice. That is nice, but I wish I had known. Otherwise I would have held off and bought the new version instead. One last thing. Something else that's kind of gay about this kit is that, like, the wingtip nav lights, there is no molded detail for that whatsoever. You're just supposed to put the stickers, you know, the blue and the red stickers on either side, and that's it. There's no guide to where they go. You just kind of guess, and you know, it looks okay, and then you better put it on. So that is a bit different from Hasegawa, which, you know, they provided clear parts for the nav lights and everything, right? So yeah, it is a bit different. It is a bit different. I mean, again, like, I like the panel lines are really nice and crisp, but they just, you know, I don't know if they are coming out with you know, this other one with the decals. I don't know if it comes with the exact same plastic or if they have like a different tooled version of this. I don't know. But I am not entirely impressed, I have to say. I mean, it could have been a really cool kit. I mean, that 20th scale thing, everybody went gaga over that. And I know for sure that one had clear parts for the wingtip nav lights and everything, but what we get here with the 72nd scale, it's a mixed bag. There's some good parts and some bad parts. Of course, I would not recommend getting this kit whatsoever. You should get the one that's coming out with the decals, and I believe that one also has water slide decal options for, I think, Max, possibly. I'm not sure, or if it's just Hikaru's, I'm not sure. But yeah, I would not recommend getting this one. Okay, so that was in June. In July, I got this, and I'm going to change the battery here. Hold on. Alright, this is Leda. This is Genmu Senki Leda. The Fantastic Adventure of Yohko. Now, this is a movie, animated movie. I have it on Laserdisc. And I think it was released in English, I think, by AD Vision, I think, but it was VHS only. It never made it to DVD, if I remember right. And so the Laserdisc version I have, it has like an English language commercial. Right? I'm like before the movie starts, and that kind of surprised me. Anyhow, here she is. This is a 12th scale resin garage kit of Yohko. Now, if you've ever played the Valis games on the Mega Drive or the PC Engine, and it's been on some other, like the Famicom and I think the MSX or something like that. If you're into Japanese import gaming, you're probably familiar with the Valis series. Well, the Valis is very, very similar to this. It's very similar plot. You know, like some weird blue skin guys, you know, taking over the fantasy world, and she's like a high school girl who gets sucked into this fantasy world, and she's given this magic sword in order to defeat the guy. And yeah, it's Valis took a lot of inspiration from Leda. Now, here are the instructions. And it has eye decals, and it's got this really cool decal here to put onto like a, if you're going to do the stand or whatever. That'd be great. Let's just open this up. So yeah, coming in at 12th scale, it's pretty cool. So here are the parts. Here's the sword. Here's the sword, and her hair parts are in different halves. She's got the bangs, and then the back of her hair, she's got the ponytail here. So yeah, her face comes separately, and I don't know what's going on. Oh yeah, she does have earrings. I never noticed that. That's what those are. You gotta be careful. Don't want those to bust off when you're cleaning it. Jeez. Yeah. So here is the, what is this? I don't know. Is that part of the stand or something? Yeah, that's her stand. She's gonna stand on top of that. And her nice, sexy legs. Here's her torso. Yeah, pretty cool. So I wanted this. I was really, really happy when I found out that they were doing a Leda figure. So I put in a pre-order and it came. So yeah, very happy about that. So that sums it up for my model acquisitions. So I built this mostly when I was on vacation at the in-laws place. The problem is that I did not have any clear paint to do the buttons here, so I painted these clear red. I think it's like the only painting I did with this kit. So this just snaps right into, you know, there we go. Alright, did I put that in all the way? I don't know if it goes in deeper or what. Yeah, maybe so. Yep. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah, now it's touching. Alright, let's zap this with the glue here. So, yeah, this is a Hasegawa. This is our 12th scale vintage vending machine series. And I have a whole bunch of these, and this is finally the first one I've done. Alright, so they have a whole bunch of the stuff in 12th scale. And I think it's fantastic. So let's go ahead and, oops, wrong way. I guess as it is already zoomed out as much as I can. Yeah, oh my cow. Where is it, where is it? Here we go. There's something sticky there. Gonna have to take care of this here. No painting really at all, just bare plastic. Right? Works out. I just need to put this down like this, like so. Oh yeah, I did do like the panel line, the Tamiya panel line color there. That had to happen. That was the only thing I did. Just that I had to wait till I got home to use the clear red. So I just painted this with Mr. Color clear red. Alright, so I guess I'm good to go now. And here we go. Alright. Okay, just test fit that. I'm not going to use the this cement, I'm going to use this stuff here, the thicker glue. There. Okay. Aww. There we go, guys. Let me push this in more. Alright. So this has a little flap here for like disposing of the wooden spoons that you get with the ice cream. I think that's pretty clever. And I will go ahead and use the thin type cement to get this to behave. I think that should probably work. I might have to clamp this or something, I don't know. But I'm gonna hit this with the glue here. There. So yeah, very, very cool. So this is ice cream. I guess I should say that, right? This is ice cream, because I'm sure most people watching this can't read Japanese. They have udon, they have udon soba, they've got hamburger, they got a toasted cheese sandwich one. They have a whole bunch of these in this series, and so far I've bought them all. This is the one that doesn't have any silver paint required, though, because some of them I will do a tiny little bit of airbrushing, and but this one though was just real easy, so I did this, and really, really cool. Now there's no decals, it's just these stickers, and they were kind of, I had to peel them off and reapply them a few times. It was kind of difficult, it was kind of a pain in the ass. Don't like stickers, right? Water slides are a lot easier to manipulate around, because if you don't line them up, if it's a sticker, that's kind of difficult. You have to peel it off, and gosh, it is kind of a pain. Oh, you know what? I could probably do that as silver, actually. I got like these buttons for like where the coins go in. I should probably touch that up with silver. But yeah, here you go. Pretty neat stuff. And also has like little extra ice cream bars and stuff like that. I guess you can put them in here. I don't know. So this is clear plastic. The little lid can open and close. It kind of swings a little bit. But yeah, neat. So I don't know if there's any interest, but I might do maybe a little quick videos of some of these sometimes. I don't know. They're not really intensive kits at all, but they're just something fun to throw together real quick. And again, this didn't really require much painting at all. So yeah, neat stuff. Supplies! Here we have, these are Gundam, these are real touch markers. These are for weathering and such. So yeah, if you want to be kind to your Bandai plastic for your Star Wars kits or whatever, and you don't want to use anything that's like a enamel spirits based thinner or such, you can use these real touch markers instead. These can provide weathering experience, I guess. So I picked up these. So this is gray 1 and this is gray 2. This is brown. This is gray 3, but it looks pretty much black to me. And so you got two different points here. You got the wide tip and the fine tip. So yeah. So yogore, yeah. Bokashi. So it's like for dirt and damage and such. For making a touch up on your model paints. So if you've got a Y-wing by Bandai and you want to make it look dirty, but you're not so keen on using any sort of like really heavy solvents or whatever, you don't want to use any artist oils and such, then you can use these stuff instead. So I bought these, and I'm happy about that, I guess. I'll find a reason to use these sometime soon, I suppose. So that's it for supplies. Oh, and I did pick up these. These are neat little stands here. I'll probably use one of these for Leda, I guess. But yeah, there's a big, huge home center that opened up in Yoshioka in Gunma Prefecture, and this big, huge home center, and they had like a really fairly large hobby section, and I picked up these. Use these for stands for resin figures. I got this little sculpting tool here. This is by Annex, and it's a spatula type. So let me check this out here. I have use for this on my Millennium Falcon build. So you can go deep into little crevices and put putty in there and such, right? I got this little thing here. I can tamp it down like so. And yeah, it's gonna come in useful, very handy, I think. Yeah, so look at this. This is a MOOC, magazine book, put out by Model Art. So Model Art typically focuses on scale modeling. They do aircraft, tanks, cars. Sometimes you will see some science fiction, like recently, like what the more. I haven't bought Model Art magazine in quite a long time, like at least a half a year or so. But like they had done the Dirty Pair. They do some Star Wars. You never well, yeah, you will see Macross, but you will never see Gundam. I think it's just because Gundam is just covered to death in other magazines. So yeah, Model Art, it's mostly focused on scale modeling, but also they do some SF stuff. But yeah, they just avoid Gundam, and I appreciate that because you just get Gundam everywhere else. So this is Pro ni manabu toryou to material no katsuyo hou. So to translate that would be studying from the pros, the painting, paint materials and such. And so obviously you can see that beautiful 48 scale Hasegawa Super Strike Valkyrie here. You got the Aoshima Pat Labor, which that looks really great. I don't own that obviously, but I think that looks really great. You got Hatsune Miku character, and you got the Cyber Formula car, and then whatever this is. I don't know what that's from, or this thing. I don't know. Oh, that's just. Well, I think it's one of those Hasegawa things. So, what do you get in here? Well, lots of neat stuff. Yeah, so you're not going to see any like stuff like this really. This is just all like the fun kits, right? So we got, here we go. First off, beautiful Hasegawa 48 scale Valkyrie, and you'll see they do the pretty cool looking paint chipping and such. So yeah, check that out. That's like really Rebel Alliance type paint chipping, and it's showing how they do like the streaks and stuff on here. And what else? Oh, look at that, adding rivets even to this. Yeah, they really go all out with this. And I believe they use the photo etch. Yeah, that's the photo etch right there. The cockpit has the photo etch stuff. So yeah, they show step by step. Prime it with the finishing surfacer 1500 black, building it up with white. I just use what is that, ultimate white. Maybe it's just because it covers the, I don't know. And there we go. So I did this on like my Phantom a few years back, using these the filter sheets to add some color and such, right? Spray through the, like if you, people in America, if you use like those fabric softener sheets and stuff, right? So we got enamel wash, neutral gray by AK Interactive. We got the panel line accent color black. So it looks like they're distressing some decals here. They're doing the max technique, I guess, kind of building up and leaving the yeah, see they went over all of the panel lines with the airbrush, and then they're building up other stuff. I don't know what this yellow stuff is about. Is that weathering? No more. Yeah, okay. Alright. So, oh, look at that. Pencils. AK Interactive pencils. Isn't that cool? That's cool. I got the gun pod there. Alright, so they're showing how to do the buildup of the engine cans here for the fast pack. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Look at that. They sprayed through that that photo etch mesh to get that neat pattern there. That's kind of cool. And here's the finished design here, or the finished product. This is the Fine Molds Goliath, right, from Castle in the Sky Lapita. That's really cool. They're showing it how they did the camouflage patterns and such. Pretty cool. I don't own any Lapita kits actually. They chose Tamiya colors. And then there's these guys here. So it looks like they're showing like the different glues and what they do. That's alright. Different putties. You know, this polyester putty here, I was watching a video by Leona's workshop, and she said that this is really hard to come by outside of Japan. I didn't know that. I mean, like, I've really learned mostly about modeling while living in Japan, so I can't remember what may or may not have been available in America. There's a clear putty, which is probably just a resin, UV resin. They're showing how to, you know, if you want to light up the cockpit instrumentation, you're gonna have to use the OU motto here and make molds of that, right, to replicate the parts. Pretty great, huh? And yeah, just different materials, spray cans as well. So they show here what like a flat coat will do, right? It takes away the sheen. And this is that tractor. So yeah, they do a bunch of figure modeling as well in this. Bandai has palette labor kits as well. Yeah. The main reason why I wanted to buy this was for the Macross Valkyrie. That was just a really cool build. And there it is again. So of course lots of this is all in Japanese, but you know, they're showing like the different airbrushes and compressors and, you know, stuff I already know about, but whatever. You know, you're supposed to thin it properly, right? You see that there? You're supposed to thin it properly, or else it's gonna turn out like that. Alright, so yeah, I built this with my daughter. Yeah, I got that. Isn't that wild? The crawfish there. Yeah. So, rapid thinner. Doing like metallic stuff here. That's cool. Oh yeah, decals here. It's like, yeah, this is Macross right there. This is Captain Harlock. I don't recognize what that's from though. I don't know what that is. So, what else? Compound. Yeah, here's that Aoshima Cyber Formula kit. That's pretty cool looking. So So, oh yeah, what is this thing from? Hasegawa. Okay, that's a PlayStation game or something. I don't know. I was thinking it was Armored Core, but I guess not. Anyhow, oh yeah, here's Hatsune Miku. They used the pearlescent colors on her. That's pretty cool looking. So that's nice. Yeah, that is nice. And look at that, they got some pencil. Faber-Castell Albrecht Albrecht Judas. That's probably German. I don't know German. Especially katakana German, right? I don't know. But yeah, there we go. This is really cool. And that's the end. So yeah, this is this. And I have actually bought some magazines lately. Wouldn't want my life to get boring. Would you? Alright, so this is August's issue of Model Art Magazine. Right, so this was available in July. And this is a review of a whole bunch of metallic paints. Isn't that great? I have all these test spoons. So it's just giving, like, you know, the science behind the shininess and such. So yeah, lots of stuff. Lacquer paint. These are Tamiya lacquers, right? And they got Mr. Color lacquers, and they have the Tamiya acrylic, metallic, and then they got the super metallic. Lots of stuff, guys. Then they have the gold and bronze and different stuff colors, right? Look at that. Yeah, those are the Chinese style soup spoons, right? Alright, so yeah, this is that's it for this. So yeah, there's a whole lot of color examples. Here we go. Here's a P47D Thunderbolt, and they're using different colors. See, they got like different colors of silver and such. There's a super silver, and then there's like they did like a flat base underneath it looks, and then there's like this regular silver. So yeah, different stuff. Boats. I don't really care for boats much. And where was it? They had a. Pretty sure it was in here. Oh yeah, look at that. They got some event. There's Mig Jimenez. All right, this is at the Shizuoka Hobby Show. Great, huh? And here's a Pocoroso. This is by Fine Molds. I hadn't even seen this until I got this magazine. I didn't know this kit was coming out. I'm more interested in the F15 coming out from Fine Molds, but we got a KF21. Oh, and this is cool. This is the old Hasegawa Tiger Shark, F20 Tiger Shark. Alright, they got different build-ups here. So, what can we learn from this here? So you only get like one option with decals, but I think yeah, here they're showing how to custom do the cockpit here. I think that, yeah, here it is. Yeah, so then they get like the dark F20 Tiger Shark here. So looks like they got some aftermarket decals to make that happen. So I guess they have like 3 prototypes. That's cool. They got Transformers. So yeah, like I said, model art, they stay away from Gundam. You're not going to see any Gundam unless it's like in a magazine or a advertisement in this magazine. So there's the F-14B Tomcat by Great Wall Hobby in 48 scale. That's cool. Okay. Dinosaur eyes, whatever. Alright, let's move on here. Move on. Move on. I picked this up. This is in July. Right, so this was available in June. Scale Aviation. Look at that beautiful Tomcat, guys. That is so cool. That is cool. Alright, so this has a really cool build-up of, oh my gosh, some sexy girl's crotch there. No idea who she is. Never seen her before, but there's her crotch again. Isn't that nice? Yeah, by the way, this magazine always does that. They do like these pin-up girls. Whatever. So, Master of the Weathering. So this is all about weathering the Tamiya F-14 Tomcat. That is such a fantastic job they did on this. That is just really great. So it's a look. Yeah, it's a bomb cat. Look at that. All right. So we'll talk about streaking. Okay. So like that, they did like a panel repair, right? They painted over where they replaced panels. So. And they're using that stencil there too, as well. That looks great. That looks fantastic. And they're spraying through that filter sheet. That's great. Oh, salt. Isn't that great? Yeah, salt. Salt weathering. And oh, there's a Hitsuki Mushi. I got that. It's just basically like a poster tack, whatever you call it. And they have like different replaced panels there. That looks great. That's beautiful. Okay. So yeah, look at that. They got Tamiya clear orange enamel. They're painting the oil streaks and such. Looks like this is a custom template that somebody cut out. No, it's a stencil. It looks like, yeah, you can buy it that way. That's weird. Okay. I guess you probably could make your own stencils just out of a cardstock paper or something. But yeah, these are those bags, the wing root air bags. Look at that, that's cool. They're doing the engine cans here as well. Got the scrapey guys. And pretty fantastic. Oh yeah, they always have a manga in here as well. Oh, look at that, some plane, I don't know, airliner that was. It's the Strike Master. Jeez, I have no idea what that is. I've never seen it before. Oh, look at that beautiful aggressor squadron. F-15. So yeah, there we go. All right, now I'm not yet done. Last model graphics. I picked up this. This is September 2023. And yeah, this is the mascot from Daikon 4. Yeah, Daikon 4 right there. And Kyoto made a garage kit of her. So Daikon 4 is that legendary animated, I think some of the people from Gainax did that. I think like the guy who did Nadia and Evangelion he was involved with this. So it looks like they have like older kits as well of that subject. But yeah, it was like this really famous animated intro to the show. Look at all the cosplayers there. Oh my. And oh yeah, there's that Starship Troopers, or the General Products. So what are they called? A Zimmerit. That's a really cool blog you should check out. You have lots of the history of the garage kit industry in Japan, and General Products was the Gainax's garage kit company. And this is Bome, and now you know what he looks like. I've never seen him before. I don't think I've seen him at any events. I may have, and I just didn't know who he was. I don't know. Yeah, I see that Hajime, what's his name, Katoki? I see him a lot, especially hanging around the Bandai booths, because he's like Mr. Gundam modeler guy. He's pretty well known. But yeah, I guess he did this. He's done lots of crap, actually. I've got a whole bunch of Bome figures hanging on my wall. But I guess Bome did this bunny girl for Wonder Festival, right? That Kyoto made. It's cool seeing Kyoto make a garage kit again. Right? I want to see them do more garage kits like they used to. So it's a whole bunch of how-to. Like, I would not have masked that off and airbrushed that. I probably would have just hand painted that, but you know, what do I know, I guess. So yeah. Alright, skip ahead. You got like different techniques. Alright. Stuff. Alright. Vic Viper, Gradius 2. This is by Plum. This kit is already out, and I'm very tempted to get this. I got the Gradius 5 one, and I was thinking about getting the Gradius 4, but I don't know. I kind of want to get this Gradius 2 one though. Golly, I love this. I love Gradius. I suck at playing the game, but I love the ship. And look at that, it's got like engine detail on there as well. So it's talking about the X68000 version of Gradius 2. Is it with the booklet? Yeah, I guess. I'd like to see it someday, but it's got like a bunch of pictures of the Vic Viper. It says, so I guess they use a lot of reference material, I guess, from that. So there you go. Okay, yeah, this is just the previews of stuff to come. And I think I'm about done, really. Well, what did he got here? Oh. Yeah, see the Max Factory. I don't know, it's a mixed bag. I guess they're coming out with water slide decals from now on, but still. And I'm going to be getting this really soon. Really very soon. Yeah, like, look at the proportions on this, right? Look at the missile pods, and this is like way too tall. They stand up too tall. And like, this is a Softbee. This is actually made in America. This is by Toynami, I think, made this. And look, they're almost the same size, these missile pods. It's kind of goofy. And this is 72nd scale, and this is 100 scale. Kind of weird, guys. Kind of weird. And I guess I'm about done. I don't know what else is in here that's interesting. But I wanted to get this especially for that Vic Viper build-up. I don't see anything else. Model casting. Blood. Ew, gross. Look at that. This rubber ducky's been eating people or something. I don't know. Zombie rubber duck. I don't know. Some fancy ass car here. Tamiya made this, right? Yeah, Tamiya. Oh man, that's a pretty fancy looking car. Fancy schmancy. And there we go. Alright, so that's the magazines I've gotten over the past few months. Right, since October. So there's the artwork, that's cool. That's a new kit. Who made this? Oh, it's Hasegawa. Oh, it's just a limited edition though. It's not. It's probably just the same mold that they've always had. But anyhow, there you go. There's K coming up real soon. Yay. K from Dirty Pair. Alright, as I have already said earlier in this video, I am looking forward to the Heavy Missile Battle Pod, Regolt Battle Pod from Macross, and the 12 scale resin garage kit of K from Dirty Pair, both by Hasegawa. These are going to come out at the same time, and the first few days or so, I think maybe September 2nd or so, they're going to be coming out. Now, also coming real soon, it says here at the end of September, unless of course there's a delay because they've delayed the other stuff. Fine Molds is coming out with an F15J. Now that's cool, but I've learned my lesson from their other releases. I'm gonna hold off on getting this. This is just the standard, and I'm gonna see what cool, you know, showbirds type of decal schemes that they might come up with, and I might buy one of those instead. But anyhow, this is gonna be really cool, I think. Alright, so modeling related news before I move on to other stuff that's not model related, I guess. I have done a couple of, where are they? I've done a couple of translations, and like here's one for Hobby Japan. This is their model division. So like this is instructions for die cast Zero Fighter, and I translated that, and I was like, what was that, Type 74G tank, I think it's called. Actually, I cannot find what happened to that booklet. Oh wait, here it is. Isn't this it? Yeah, here it is. Yeah, it's a 35th scale tank. It's a Japanese JGSDF tank. So I did that. So I had done a couple of neat translation jobs this summer, right? So that was pretty cool. I recently joined the Macross World forums. I've occasionally lurked on there, but I've never signed up for an account. Finally got around to doing that, and what really motivated me was there was this really cool find. Now somebody had posted about it on the Starship Modeler forum, but there was this mail order company that specialized in Japanese model kits ever since the early 80s, and GTC or something like that, I can't remember, but they did this really fantastic article on that, and I'm like, wow, that is so cool. I mean, just apparently they had to sell off the stock, and like they had like over what was it, over 100,000 model kits in this warehouse that was sold off. I guess it was auctioned off or whatever, for health reasons or whatever. The guy who ran that company had to get rid of all this stuff, and it's been bought up by some other company, some model company in, I think, New York. And the guy from the Macross World forum, he visited that hobbies, the hobby store's warehouse that they had to rent for all this stuff. And this was back in, I think, December of last year, 2022, and just amazing. Just like they had the cartons and everything that said Macross or Orgus and all this stuff like on the actual shipping cartons, and just tons of stuff. I mean, wait, this is like going back to like when Malspida kits by Imai was being marketed as GoBot kits by Monogram or whatever, or like they had like those old Robotech model kits that, you know, before the Robotech TV show even came along. Just fantastic. And it's just they had like of course Macross, Orgus, they had Southern Cross, which those models aren't that good though, unfortunately. Malspida, Votoms, Crusher Joe, like the original Takara Crusher Joe model kits. Gosh, what else? Lensman. They even had Lensman kits. And like so many of these things were like just like the RDE Macross Monster that was like 1/160th scale. Right? Now Bandai, they keep repopping the old Imai Monster kit that's 200th scale. But this is like the even bigger kit. And those things are like hard to find even in Japan here, right? I mean, if I see that stuff on like Yahoo Auctions Japan, or as I call it, Yaj with my friends, it's an incredible find to even, you know, come across that stuff. The 72nd scale Glog, the Officer's Battle Pod from Macross by REE, you don't see that anywhere in the wild. It's just, it's wow. And they had everything in like pristine condition. Like all the boxes were like, you know, maybe some of them had water damage, maybe, but like, just like, it was just an amazing scene. I mean, unheard of even for in Japan, I believe. And the guy from the forum, he had tried to contact Hobby Japan and to try to tell them, you know, about this spectacular find. It's just like a hidden treasure trove of just, it's like a time slip. It's just amazing, right? And although he doesn't know Japanese though, so he just messaged them in English and he got ignored. So I told him, I mean, I don't have any contacts, you know, like I'm only dealing with the product, the model development group, right? That's where my friend, we used to work together at Aoshima back in about 7 years ago, right? And I asked him if he knew anybody in the magazine. He said no, the magazine section of Hobby Japan, he has no contacts there, but he told me where to go to try to contact them. So I filled out the form, and I said, hey, you know, I do some translation work for Hobby Japan. I'm trying to, you know, give myself some credibility, I guess. But I explained, you know, in Japanese, like, look, this warehouse was found in America. It was just tons of pristine, beautifully preserved model kits from the early 80s, like the Showa period in Japan. And I said this would make a good article for either Hobby Japan or Hobby Japan Vintage. And we'll see how that goes. I haven't gotten a response yet, so we shall see. But yeah, hopefully that would be pretty cool. So yeah, I did 2 translation jobs back to back. Hopefully I can keep doing that, because it's like, it's easy money. But yeah, that's all. So anyhow, let's move on to some other stuff, okay? Yeah. So this beer is from Taiwan. All right, this is pineapple beer. They also had mango, and this actually has 5% pineapple juice. That's great. It's like 2.8% alcohol. You know, it's pretty weak, but you know, whatever. And hey, I like pineapple booze, right? So why not, right? So yeah, this is imported from Taiwan. Got this big sticker on the back here in Japanese. But yeah, I picked this up in Maebashi, and I like it. It's sweet. You know, oh shoot, look at that, I'm spilling beer on my cutting mat here. I went and I had a drink. I met his channel is called Super Genki. It used to be called Super Genki Japan. He does like these really fantastic videos. He used to live in Japan, but now he lives in Thailand. He does these Thailand videos, but his video is like he's like really good at photography, and I really enjoyed his channel when he lived in Japan, because he went all over with his job that he had. And anyhow, I got to meet him in person when we were in I think Ueno, I think, or Shibuya, I can't remember, but we had a drink together, and I ordered this strawberry beer. I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. And then they brought it out in like this wine glass, and I'm like, this is gay. What the hell is up with that? And then I guess his name is Thomas. He's like, yeah, it is pretty gay, dude. And I'm like, well, okay. All right. So anyhow, pineapple. I guess I'm into gay beer, I guess. Yeah, this is great. It's alcohol content is pretty weak, but I like it. So go ahead and make fun of me, but I think it's pretty nummy. Num num num. So in my previous update video, which was at the end of March, I guess, I described at length how much I love my wife and how she is completely irreplaceable in my life. And by the end of that video, though, I just expressed some remorse for a friend of mine, a high school friend who had died of a drug overdose, and I was just wishing that I could have helped him better. And I decided to live my life for others and not just for myself or for my family or whatever. A couple of people thought that I have mental depression or something, and I need to seek help or something. Okay, yeah, I get it. People watch these videos mostly just for talk about model kit crap and just talking about even current events or whatever. So I take it that perhaps talking about my personal life, maybe some people kind of their eyes glazed over and got bored, or they're probably working on models while listening to this previous video that I made. Okay, fine. But anyhow, Tommy Boy had this really great comment here, and he said that feeling the way I felt, he could definitely relate to me. So I don't know if everybody feels this way. I think mostly guys, I guess, more than girls. I guess when you start getting close to your middle ages, you reflect on your life and you think about what you could have done differently. The friends that you could have held on to, friends you could have treated better, and just looking back on life and deciding what direction you want to go forward and learning from past mistakes. Some people don't handle it well, and they want to divorce their wife and get a sports coupe and try to replace their wife and their heart with their some young girl or whatever. That only works if you've got money, I guess. I don't have money. I have no hair anyway, so that's not going to happen. That is definitely not what I'm going through, but just reflecting back on life and just thinking about the happy times and the sad times, and it is very much like that Beatles song. What's it called? In My Life, I think it's called. That kind of pretty much sums up how I've been feeling. But yeah, I've kind of just been writing a lot, and I kind of got out of my system. I worked it all out, and yeah, it doesn't really drag me down anymore. Of course I am sad for like friends and family that have kind of wandered astray with their souls have kind of gone into some dark territory. But other than that, though, I am feeling pretty good, and it's good that there are people who can relate to how I've been feeling. So yeah, thanks, Tommy Boy. This is a great comment, so thank you very much.
Do you have any idea how stupid we look to the rest of the world? We have Julian Assange in prison for 4 years, and we're here talking about journalism. Ukraine is doing everything you're accusing Russia of doing. They've banned the Russian language. They have outlawed political parties. One of the things, no, we should talk about this because we're about to be perhaps in a nuclear war. The U.S. is going fascist. I don't know if you've read this Resist Act. We have Assange in prison. We invaded Iraq 20 years ago and killed 1 million people based on lies. And no one cares about that. They should be here to hear me because they're here to tell a bunch of lies. I should be on the program. The United States is in deep trouble. We have nothing to offer the world. China and Russia are bringing peace. They chilled out the situation between Iran and Saudi Arabia. The war in Yemen is ending. No, you don't have any idea how stupid you look to the world. How stupid everyone here in their pomposity. We're going to run around talking about democracy.
We won't be able to discuss that. Can you keep it for the discussion?
I don't think I will be allowed to ask questions.
You will
here.
be allowed to ask a question.
I would like to ask about how we can say what we say about Russia when Julian Assange is sitting in prison. No one cares about this.
It's okay that you ask questions, but it's okay to ask it at the time of the event when we have it.
Hey, where's Seymour Hersh? Shouldn't Seymour Hersh be here? I mean, why we got this CIA acid Vivian Goldman wannabe here instead of Seymour Hersh? Here's a question. Did we blow up the Nord Stream or not? Did we blow up the Nord Stream or not? It's a simple question, yes or no? I'm just asking the question because everybody wishes they knew something different. What about Russiagate? She was completely wrong about Russiagate. I mean, let's just be for real. You were wrong. Everybody was wrong about Russiagate, okay? Robert Mueller took away the case. Think about that for a second. Now, all of you are wrong. Nobody here has even said a word about us blowing up Nord Stream. And now what? You have a State Department official talking about banning all Russian media from around the world. I mean, where's the outrage against that? Or Julian Assange? No, I'm not going to be quiet. Because frankly, no, I'm not. You're going to have to take me away. Because I'm here to expose the truth about you. You're a CIA asset who said nothing about Seymour Hersh, the biggest story of this century, and nobody said anything. Instead, you're all here, what, masturbating at how great journalists you are. Nothing revolutionary has come from any of your articles. What's wrong? Why won't you take the question? You stood up to Putin, right? You won't answer about Seymour Hersh? What's going on? I thought he was an amazing journalist. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, sir. Please, can you please? Nothing revolutionary here. Just a bunch of old talking heads, outdated.
Was the Pfizer COVID vaccine tested on stopping the transmission of the virus before it entered the market? If not, please say it clearly. If yes, are you willing to share the data with this committee? And I really want a straight answer, yes or no, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Regarding the question around, did we know about stopping humanisation before it's entered the market? No. We had to really move at the speed of science to really understand what is taking place in the market.
Well, so all these millions of people that got the shots, they're just stupid? Yep.
Well, they took my mugshot. It's a big, beautiful mugshot. Look at it. I call it the Mona Lisa of mugshots. It's incredible. Look at that. It's like my phone calls. It's a perfect mugshot. So perfect and so beautiful. You know, many people say that they have a good side and a bad side. I only have one side. It's called my great side. They got my great side with this mugshot. It's a beautiful picture of a very handsome guy with wonderful hair. Such a beautiful mugshot that Hunter Biden may want to paint a picture of it and sell it for a lot of money to Russia, or China, or even Ukraine, you know about it. Such a perfect, beautiful, highly respected mugshot. The greatest mugshot in the history of the world, believe me.
What do you think the future holds? Is it...
I don't know.
I mean, are they going to let Trump be president?
No, of course. I mean, look, if, they protested him. They called him names. He won anyway. They impeached him twice on ridiculous pretenses. They fabricated a lot about what happened on January 6th in order to impeach him again. It didn't work. He came back. Then they indicted him. It didn't work. He became more popular. Then they indicted him 3 more times, and every single time his popularity rose. So if you begin with criticism, then you go to protest, then you go to impeachment, now you go to indictment, and none of them work, what's next? I mean, graph it out, man. We're speeding toward assassination, obviously, and no one will say that, but I don't know how you can't reach that conclusion. You know what I mean? Like, they have decided, permanent Washington, both parties have decided that there's something about Trump that's so threatening to them, they just can't have him. I mean, they're putting him on trial in March of next year in the J6 case, which basically consists of trying to send him to prison for the rest of his life for complaining about the last election. That's literally what it is. Again, if this were happening in Moldova, the State Department would issue an all-hands-on-deck order to let the world know this is not a legitimate government. And yet our government is doing it. It's like it's really hard to overstate how bad this is, and I don't know where it's going, but there's a collision that's clearly imminent. And by the way, the president is senile in a way that's impossible to deny. Biden's not running the government, so like, I don't know, man. I've never been this worried about anything as I am about where this is going.
So it's been a while since I've done a segment like this. Yeah, it's been a very long while, actually. And I know some people appreciate this this segment because I can kind of pick up on stuff that a lot of people overlook, I guess. Anyhow, so yeah, this is going to be covering the past several months. I'll try to go through this real quickly. Now, in August, it seems like the biggest news was, well, of course, those bullcrap indictments, all right. But the Hawaiian fires. So, if you are liberal, then you have no choice but to believe the World Economic Forum's take on what happened in Hawaii, which is very, very simple, and this is what you're supposed to believe.
Oh, damn global warming.
Now, of course, that's a bunch of bull crap, or cow farts. Cow crap? Whatever. It's just mind-numbingly stupid, right? But that's what they're told to believe, so I guess that's what they believe. Now here in Japan, the whole cow fart thing is a little bit too vulgar, so they changed it to cow burps. And there's this show on Saturday nights that like really does the whole, the brainwashing programming. And I don't know what it's called, but it's really obnoxious. Sometimes I go in the room, I'm like, turn that trash off. You don't need to watch that. My wife just has it on while she's doing other stuff, but it's just a bunch of bullcrap. So yeah, cow farts. We're all gonna die from cow farts, and that's obviously what too many cows farted, and therefore it set Hawaii on fire. The one thing I noticed, though, and I think the Hawaiian fires happened when we were staying at the in-laws, and the one thing I noticed, like, right away, is that I saw, and I tried searching for it so I could show you a video of this, but I can't find it, and I hate looking at crap, all the normie crap, to find something like this, but it was on the regular news, and they were showing like the terrible wind was blowing. Okay, so it was they showed like it was like somebody's front porch, and they had like a light fixture that was hanging down, and the wind was blowing it like crazy, and that light was on fire. The roof was not on fire, the furniture, the porch, nothing was on fire. Just that electrical appliance, right? The light fixture. And when I saw that, I said, oh, okay, obviously it's a electrical fire. I pointed that out, and my wife and her family, they didn't pick up on that. I said, yeah, that's what that is, obviously. At the very least, it's negligence, right? At the very most, it could have been intentional. You know, people have been talking about directed energy weapons. It's not my hill to die on, but I mean, I have seen. There's a video of these guys took a video of like it wasn't even like in where the main fire was. It was just like in this field, and these two cars were just completely incinerated. But like the houses around them were fine. Like even the grass around them were fine. It was just that one spot that had just completely combusted. But like not all of the grass had burned. It was just like really bizarre, very bizarre. Of course, there's pictures of and videos of the mansions. They're all fine, but it was just like the smaller houses that got burned. And of course, there's talks of there was a roadblock and people died in their car or whatever. They got trapped in the fire. There's so much to keep track of and to read into, and I really haven't been. But all I know for sure is that, once again, what we are being told on TV is a bunch of bullcrap. So, yeah, that is rather unfortunate. So, without further ado, whatever that means, it's a do. I'll have to look that up. Antarctica hasn't warmed in 70 years despite rising CO2 levels. Climate scientists baffled. Whenever they say scientists baffled, it means that they've got cognitive dissonance because their stupid expectations are being canceled by reality. So essentially, it's their confirmation bias is blowing up in their face. Now, this is related here. Study: 96% of U.S. temperature data corrupted by placement near heat traps. Right? Like, I'm from Arizona, and so if you want to find out the Phoenix temperature, they record it at Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, which is just a complete sea of asphalt and concrete, which is basically one huge heat trap, right? So it says, study was authored by Anthony Watts, a senior fellow for environment and climate at the Heartland Institute and the creator of Climate Realism website. What's up with that? Blah, blah, blah. Studies found that approximately 96% of U.S. temperature stations used to measure climate change fail to meet what the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration considers to be acceptable and uncorrupted placement by its own published standards. Okay, so abbreviation is NOAA, right? Their own standards call for temperature measuring to be done over level terrain, earth or sod, typical of the area around the station and at least 100 feet from any extensive concrete or paved surface. Right? The airport does not qualify for that now, does it? So, yeah, I mean, you look up the article yourself, but it's basically the heat sink effect is what it says here. So, yeah, it's totally corrupted. And so when they just kind of gradually moved all of these temperature recording locations into such hot areas, kind of gives the impression that times are hotter than they really are, which is not necessarily the case. Now, this article is from April, actually. I saved this, I put this aside. You know, the last update video I did was in March, and I didn't even get around to do any stuff and things at that time, but check this out. Obama-Biden administration linked to Ghislaine Maxwell's hideout house where she got arrested. Oh, well, you don't say. Well, Obama and Biden palling around with pedophiles? You don't say. wow, what could have possibly been the reason behind that? The New York Post, this is in May, left-wing extremism linked to psychopathy and narcissism. Well, yeah. I mean, crap. Like, it doesn't take a genius to see this. I mean, no, there's always like, there's channels like, oh, Liberty Hangout, the girl with the fluffy hair, I forget her name. You know, I mean, it's interesting to watch this, but again, I don't really appreciate what she does, because she goes around to these events, and then, she just gets in people's faces and just agitates them, and it really just serves this whole, you know, dividing us and pitting each other against each other, right? I don't really like that, but, you know, unfortunately that's just a trap that both the left and right get into a lot, unfortunately. But anyhow, this article says left-wing extremism is linked to toxic, psychopathic tendencies and narcissism, according to a new study published to the peer-reviewed journal Current Psychology. Based on existing research, we expected individuals with higher levels of left-wing authoritarianism to also report higher levels of narcissism, the authors wrote. Dark ego vehicle principle. According to this principle, individuals with dark personalities such as high narcissistic and psychopathic traits are attracted to certain forms of political and social activism, which they can use as a vehicle to satisfy their own ego focused needs instead of actually aiming at social justice and equality. So you take a look at like those dumb assholes that are like, they're like opening up cans of soup and they're splashing it on like priceless pieces of art in England, and you got them like blocking traffic, and then just recently they did this in the Nevada desert. I mean, if I was there, I would just be like, oh, cow farts, ew, ew, oh my god, what's that behind you? Oh my god, it's a carbon dioxide molecule, run! And then while they're like, oh, where? I just pick up the trailer and just drag it out of the way or something. I swear these people are such morons. Yeah, and they think, oh, well, this is democracy. It's like, okay, so what? There's like 4 of you, and there's like 100 people stuck in their car with their cars overheating in the desert, and they're all pissed off at you. If you believe in democracy, they outvote you, then therefore, you know, get your stupid asses off the road, you dumb morons. They're just, it's psychopathy. They're just so freaking stupid, and they're just loathsome idiots. And you know, they always complain about capitalism, but all of those people completely are just the foot soldiers of the World Economic Forum. You know, the people who actually run the corporations that they supposedly are against, they do their bidding for them, and they can't even see how that is so obvious. It's stupid. Here's another one. I saw this also on the New York Post. This is in May. I'm a urologist. Men have been peeing the wrong way. This article talks about like when you pee standing up, you're not evacuating your plumbing as well as you could be, or you should be. And when you sit down, you actually pee better. So, I mean, my dad wasn't around a lot when I was a kid. It was mostly my sister and I, and you know, my dad, he worked long hours at the nuclear power plant, and you know, we would joke about him being you know, Homer Simpson or whatever, because he was a bald fat guy who worked at the power plant. But yeah, he wasn't around much, and so it was just me and my sister, and my mom was like, look, you know, we don't have a urinal, and so it's not polite because of the whole splashing and all that kind of stuff. Just, you know, when you're at home, you pee sitting down. That's how I was raised. So if that makes me a cuck, you know, whatever. People can say whatever they want, but yeah. anyhow, yeah, this article says that it's healthier for you if you sit down when you paint. Alright, so moving on to June. J.P. Morgan settles with Jeffrey Epstein victims for $290 million. Wow, a big-ass bank. A big-ass bank is settling with Epstein victims. Now, wait, hold on. I thought that elite pedophiles, that's just like a conspiracy theory, which therefore means it's not true. You mean to tell me that there's these wealthy elites who are involved with kitty diddling? Say it ain't so. Alright? Whatever. New York Post. Ex-ABC News reporter James Gordon Meek to plead guilty in child porn case. Oh. Isn't that interesting? ABC. ABC. Who owns ABC? Oh, that's right, Disney. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? The Wall Street Journal says Instagram connects vast pedophile network. Really? Really, you don't say. Okay? Yeah, whatever. Nobel Prize winner denounces alarmist climate predictions. I don't believe there is a climate crisis. Now, Dr. John Clauser, he's a Nobel Prize winner, and he had a bunch of other Nobel Prize laureates and winners and such. And it was in South Korea, and they did this symposium, I guess. They're talking about the climate change, and it's just a bunch of bull crap. Or cow farts. Yeah, meanwhile, at Obama's house, there's something very strange about the death of Obama's personal chef. Yeah, so the guy was out on the lake, and the lake has like an average of like 4 feet depth. I mean, there are some deeper places that are like 8 feet deep or so, but how the hell can you drown in a lake? And the guy even was a swimmer and everything, so did he suffer like an injection caused climate change when he was out there? I mean, who knows? Daily Mail Online. 99% of COVID deaths not primarily caused by the virus. CDC data shows. Duh! This is what I was showing on my channel back like 3 years ago. Right? People got all pissed off at me. They're like, screw you. Again, I'm right. I was showing how the data was being artificially inflated. And also, oh, I dared to call it the China virus. And then people were calling me racist. Oh, you don't know any... Well, wait, some guy accused me of, oh, obviously you don't even know any Chinese people. And I'm like, you know, my aunt is Chinese. Yeah, I mean... She calls it the China virus. She has more reason to hate China, the Chinese government, than we do, right? So, especially her family had fled to Thailand to get away from the so-called Cultural Revolution, right? And when you talk about Cultural Revolution, it means, you know, stack the bodies high, you know, line them up in the streets and shoot them, and then stack the bodies high. That's what Cultural Revolution meant in China. They got away from that. Obviously, they were a fairly wealthy family, so yeah, a very rather entrepreneurial people, and she's definitely not a shit lib, that's for sure. So this is on CNN. How conservatives use verbal jujitsu to turn liberals' language against them. Okay, so all right, it just means that we're better at an argument, I guess. So the thing is, though, is that you know, the whole term woke has what they call it. They say it's been transformed into a contemporary scourge. Well, it's just because you people are screaming, and you got a megaphone, and you got the right. You're pushing that button that makes that stupid noise, or all you do is just go ah, ah, and you have like no arguments, and you just scream like a moron. And saving your own urine in bottles so you can throw at people because you can't actually formulate an argument intellectually. That's another good sign that you're a complete stupid idiot too. that might indicate that you're kind of stupid and crazy. I mean, just like the whole psychopathy thing, you know, I mentioned before. Yeah, Mrs. mentioned and almost any touchstone phrase adopted by the left in recent years: critical race theory, diversity, global warming, and even the word liberal itself, and it has been redefined or tarnished by conservatives. No, you tarnish it yourself. If you go around calling, you know, teaching kids that white people are evil, or that black people are stupid because they need the white people to help them out, and you need to treat them like with kids' gloves, because they're too stupid to do anything on their own, or they're too stupid to know where to vote, for example. Maybe you're the racist if you're saying that kind of stuff. Instead of treating everybody equally, when you have to, like, you focus, and this is equity, not equality, right? So you have to, like, you know, there's something at work that came up. It was like talking about, like, oh, well, everybody they're equal, they get to look over the fence, but if there's a short person, then the short person gets a box, and then the short person gets to stand on the box so he can see over the fence, and then therefore that's equity, not equality. Okay, you know, like, you could say, like, because I wear glasses, then that would be equity, because if everybody's treated the same, then I don't get to wear glasses, for example, and that means that, you know, that's equality rather than equity. Okay, I can go that far, sure, but when you go into just treating, you know, maybe not everybody wants to stand on a box, for example, or, you know, maybe people would rather ask for the box themselves instead of being just handed one. So this stupid article here, how conservatives flip the script on race. The article here says, during the civil rights movement of the 1950s and 60s, conservatives in both the Democratic and Republican parties often used a series of verbal feints that changed the direction of their opponents' moral arguments. This implies that conservatives are racist, I guess, which is not really the case. It was there were liberals that were racist as well. You can't say that conservatism. So with this dumb article, again, this is CNN here, they just stamp conservatism as, like, inherently racist, and that's not the case. It's stupid. But again, this is a CNN article for you, so what can you expect? Alright, so Daily Mail Online, Tucker Carlson claims Barack Obama enjoyed smoking crack and having gay sex, but nobody reported it ahead of the 2008 election. Well, we could talk to Larry Sinclair about Obama being gay. Oh, wait, no, he's dead. What about Joan Rivers? She said something about that. We can talk to her. Oh, wait, no, she's dead too. Huh. Oh, it makes me wonder about that guy who was boogie boarding out on the lake or whatever. Interesting. On InfoWars, Sodom and Gomorrah finally found? This is rather interesting. This article talks about archaeologists have found these cities that were completely pelted with burning sulfur, and it's actually embedded into, like, the structures and everything. Rather interesting. Yeah, completely burning sulfur had rained down on these the buildings of these ancient cities even, and just like the description of Sodom and Gomorrah. That is rather interesting. You know, there's always, like, this idea that the Bible's a bunch of crap and it's all made up. And I remember even as a kid, it was like Reader's Digest magazine that my mom had me read this article, and it was like NASA had found cities described in the Bible that had been assumed that they did not actually exist, but then following camel trails and trade routes that had been described in the Bible, they were able to find these cities, right? Or like how the city of Jericho, the walls actually fell at the city of Jericho, just like the Bible had described. or like I think it was the Hittites had been assumed that they didn't actually exist until the Hittite empire had actually been discovered even. So the Bible, so much archaeological evidence supports what the Bible says, right? So whether you believe in God or not, the Bible is actually the history of the Israelites and such, and that stuff is real. So yes, I found this rather interesting. So actually, this goes back to March, actually. Thousands of jabbed athletes are developing turbotesticular cancer. Doctors baffled. Well, I'm not baffled. I think I know what's causing that. Duh. Oh, golly. So, last thing. Alright, so this is like the very tail end of August. Ultra Right beer, born out of Dylan Mudbutt's fiasco, now sending beer out by the tractor trailer load. Suddenly there's a new beer company. Oh, isn't that interesting? A new beer brand that sprang into existence alongside the far-reaching boycott of blah 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 has already surpassed 1 million in sales. Can now be found in stores in 2 states. So, okay, so this guy just comes out of nowhere and launches his own beer, Conservative Dad's Ultra Right. In a commercial announcing Ultra Right, Seth Weathers describes the brew as 100% woke-free beer. Well, I'm sorry, but I think this is gay. This is stupid. I think it might be fake and gay on top of that. This guy just has a startup brewery. I mean, where did he get the money to do this? I don't get it. It seems rather suspicious. I mean, is this like some sort of Fed operation that they're just using this to sucker a bunch of people? I mean, it just makes me think of there was that controversy with the Black Rifle Coffee Company. They were cashing out on conservatives, but yet they're donating their money to liberal causes and such. I'm just wondering if this whole thing is a trap. I don't know. But even if it's legitimate, even if this guy really just pulled together a bunch of finances and started his own beer company, this is just more injecting politics into products. It's stupid. And it just continues to divide people. Instead of just making just a beer and just making or not just a beer, but any product, and just staying out of politics. That's what people want. That is basically, that's all we're looking for. But when you call your beer ultra right, then you're alienating people who don't really think of themselves as ultra right, and it sounds kind of crazy on top of that. So that's pretty stupid. You're just going to be targeting the people who are just pissed off about this whole thing, and will this stand the test of time? I don't know, but just focus on just the flavor and just making people happy and just staying out of the politics stuff, right? So I think this whole thing is a stupid idea. I mean, I don't know what else I can say, but just stay out of that crap. I mean, it's crazy. Now, this channel of mine is just me, alright? It's I'm not running a business or anything like that. This isn't a professional channel, and I've never claimed that this is a modeling channel, even though people who got pissed off at me for mentioning politics and stuff. No, this is Steve the Fish. This is me, alright? My name's Greg, it's not Steve, but this is an extension of my homepage. And I've had this homepage ever since 1997 or 96, I should say, I suppose. Yeah, 96, right? So it's coming up on 30 years? almost. Yeah, in 3 years from now, it's going to be like 30 years since when I first started my own homepage back on extremezone.com. Golly. But anyhow, this is just an extension of me. You know, when you tune in here, you're going to just see me, right? If I'm working on models, then you're going to hear stuff on the radio, or if I'm listening to, you know, X22 Report, or if I'm listening to like Chillwave or something in the background, or you might even hear my daughter being a goofball in the other room. That's me. You're just gonna hear stuff. It's like you're hanging out. You know, this is just me. I'm not here to sell anything. I'm not here to make money off of this. This is just hobby time, and you know, you can take it or leave it. It's, you know, whatever. I'm not actually in business, and I'm not like, you know, politicizing a business or anything. So I'm not being a hypocrite in this whatsoever. So anyhow, that is my take on that. Well, I guess that's all I've got for you. This video's been going on very long. As always, if you've watched it to the end, sound off in the comments below. I'd like to hear from you. And yeah, it's been fun. I haven't been in the mood to making one of these videos, but I'm feeling a lot more back to being my old self again, so that's nice. Oh yeah, one cool thing about my room here, my hobby room, I made a little, I bought a paper lantern there, and, oh hold on, that thing is in the way. There we go. It's a blue paper lantern. I made a light fixture, bought that at the home center and such. So yeah, neat stuff. I was happy about that. I'm probably gonna make one for my daughter because she likes that as well. Anyhow, that is it for this summer August edition of my stupid updates, and had a lot of fun stuff to talk about this time. So as always, live long and wait, hold on, I should go over here. Live long and prosper. May the force be with you. It's so long. Thanks for all the fish.